Metal. Hello and good day, kids. Todd from Toju Racing. All right, promised I'd do a grinder recipe cooking video, so we're going to do that right now. First step, wash our hands. Hope everybody's doing well today. It's Sunday. Race night was last night. It was an epic race night. We had a lot of fun. We got 5 races recorded that we'll have up later this week. I also got my hair buttoned up because when I'm cooking I don't like my hairs flying about. So, that is good. Alright, let me move the camera, we'll get started. Alright, you're going to want to get yourself a nice Dutch oven or deep pan, however you want to put it. Get that preheating. Unfortunately I have a gas or an electric range. I want to get a gas stove, just haven't gotten one yet. Alright, and beforehand I went ahead and pulled out my roll of turkey and my Italian sausage. So this is a Italian sausage grinder recipe. One thing I'd like to preface before I start, cooking is an art, and however you want to do your art is however you want to do it. So like I like to put onions and peppers in my grinder meat and some garlic. You don't have to do it that way. You can just do the meat and make your grinders that way and then add peppers and onions later if you like that, or don't add peppers and onions later if you don't like peppers and onions. That's the beauty of cooking. You can make it your own and then you're a chef, you know? That's great. All right, so the first thing we need to do is get the vegetables done. So, I've got 1 nice Italian pepper here, 1 Cajun bell pepper here, and then 2 spicy banana peppers, 2 cloves of garlic, 1 onion. All right. Smash your garlic a little bit, set that aside. I like to use a paper towel to get rid of the waste stuff. First we're going to do our onion. I'm going to show you how to slice an onion. Make it diced without having to dice it. A lot of people probably know how to do this already, but if you don't, you're going to learn. Alright. You want to have your rings on the top and the bottom and slice it down the middle. Then score it a whole bunch of times. Score it the thickness that you're going to want your dices to be. And when you do this, leave yourself some here that's not cut so the thing stays together. Make sure you get your cuts all the way through. Alright, check this out. Bam, you got a diced onion. It's just that easy. And you don't got to sit there and screw around and dice it and blah, blah, blah. And we'll get this in our pan. Alright, now we need to do the garlic, peppers, and all that. Actually, on the garlic, you want to wait. You want to put the garlic in just before the vegetables are finished and let it cook about 60 seconds until it gets fragrant. Now when you do your peppers, you're going to want to remove the seeds. Unless you like really hot stuff, but you got to watch those seeds, they'll get stuck, right, Pat? Alright. That one's ready. Alright, there's just a little nasty spot there. We're going to cut that out. Don't want that in there. Probably shouldn't be touching this stuff, but these aren't that hot of hot peppers. I don't want these things to be smoking hot like I like some of my Mexican food and stuff. Just to have a nice little spice, you know? So this is an Italian Guinea grinder, like I said. I went to our best local place, Graziano's Italian Sausage, or Graziano's Market, to get their homemade Italian sausage because it is the best in town. And I'm using ground turkey in this. You can actually use, you know, beef or pork or whatever. I wanted it to be a little more healthy, so I'm going with the ground turkey. Again, that's just a personal preference. You can go about it however you want, because like I said, it's cooking. The world is your oyster. All right, now I just slice these all into strips. There's no fancy, easy way to dice these things, so you just got to do it. But if you slice them into strips, then you can kind of control the size. Make your strips as thick as you want the dices to be. And then when you slice the corresponding strips to the same size, then you get your controlled size. If that makes any sense. That probably wasn't the best English or explanation, but we are just cooking, so it's all good. All right, once these cook down, there'll be a lot less here, so it's not as much as you think. By the way, we're using 2 pounds of meat, 1 pound of each meat. I'm using a pound of ground turkey and a pound of beautiful Italian sausage. The reason I like to use the turkey is it's a little bit more healthy, and in all truth, once you get this all done, it's very hard to tell once you get your sandwich prepared and everything. So as you can see, these are already cut the way they need to be. I don't got to go over them a second time. Bam. All right. All right, let's get these on the stove. Add yourself some oil. I like to use olive oil. What you use is up to you on the oil department. Spread those out. Now we cook the vegetables first, then we add the meat and brown it in. We pull the vegetables out when they are done. I'm going to get this garlic prepped here. Like I said, the garlic does not go in until the vegetables are done, which takes, you know, just a few minutes. You want to get them kind of brown, kind of caramelize those onions a little bit, get them a little bit sweeter. Oh yeah. All right. Now while that's heating up, we go ahead and clean up this stuff. That's why I use the paper towel. Everything's in the garbage and good to go. All right, we're starting to get some action here in the pan. Get yourself a spoon of your liking. All right. All right, so that's cooking. We'll get these ready to go. Smelling good in here already. Better turn the vent on though. My whole house will smell like grinders. Which you probably will anyway. Look at this beautiful Italian sausage. That is just amazing. Like I said, Graziano's Italian sausage is the bomb. Alright, we'll get things cleaned up here. Track girl's coming over for lunch. We're going to have grinders, imagine that. She'll be here in a little while. So yeah, race night was really good last night. We had a couple races where in one GT race I successfully did the entire race and did not deslot one time. I'm very proud of that. And when we did one of the hot rod races other day with his Capri, he never deslotted one time. But that car is superior, I have to say. That Capri is really nice. When I do my garlic, I've got a garlic press here. I like to use this versus chopping it all up. It's a little easier. And you can just squeeze it right into there and it'll kind of break apart for you as you're doing it. But we're not quite ready for that. We gotta let this finish cooking a bit more. All right, we'll be back through the magic of time and editing. Metal kids, we're back. All right. These babies are starting to get transparent. Almost time to add the garlic. While we were away, I went ahead and cleaned my counter up because it's good to have a clean workspace. Got the cutting board washed, and we are ready to move to the next phase here. This is pretty easy stuff in all truth here, guys and gals. So once you're done with the vegetables, you put them, transfer them into the bowl, and because you don't want them to overcook. And then you add your meat and brown it up really nice. It's good to add about half a batch of each if you want it to get nice and brown. It depends on how you want to go about that. That's kind of a personal preference type thing. I kind of like to do them about a half to a third batches. All right, we're going to go ahead and add the garlic now. I'm going to just take my knife and kind of zing it off so we get everything. And get the stuff out that's in here too. Throw it in there, it'll all bust up for you as you're cooking, so you don't got to worry about it. See, there's a lot of garlic there, you don't want to miss that. It's flavor, baby, flavor. And it's nice to add vegetables into this. You give yourself a little bit of vegetables in there, not a ton, but you know, a few. A few's good. It's clunky at times, guys. There we go. Alright. Now, like I said, you just want to stir that around so you can kind of smell the garlic. You can already smell it now, but I'm going to give it another few seconds. You want to keep moving it around. That garlic can burn. And you don't want to burn your garlic. It gives you a nasty flavor. Yeah, and these are getting a little bit brown. Oh yeah, that's good right there. I like to use my spatula to make sure I get everything. Add just a touch more oil so your meat don't stick. Not much, just a little. Alright, we're going to do half the sausage. That way the sausage will have that oil from the sausage cooking. Then you can add your turkey in there because the turkey doesn't have a lot of fat to it. And that way the turkey has something to kind of brown up with. I don't actually drain much of the fat from this since it's with turkey and all as I cook it, but you can certainly strain your meat off and get rid of any extra fat if you want. You guys have one of these? If not, they're amazing to make anything with ground meat. I'm going to break that up into chunks. Now you'll be able to do this more later, so it's not pertinent you do it right now. And as you do this, you're getting all that font down in the bottom. And I'll show you how to release that later. Just keep stirring. All that grease will start releasing here in a moment. Make sure you don't mix that raw stuff with your vegetables. Keep that aside. That's where I'll use a separate paper towel. It's always a good idea. Oh yeah, she's cooking up good. Stir it some more. Oh yeah, this is browning up really good. Yeah, yesterday it was 88 degrees, today it's 60. That's the Midwest for you. Weather changes very rapidly. All right. Get yourself a small little cup of water, and that's how we'll release the font once we're done here. You put that font in there and the boiling just raises it all up. It works really good. Now, when the meat's done, you can put it in there with your vegetables because you're going to put all this back in the pan once everything's cooked. And then you'll simmer it for a little while longer once that's done. You don't really got to add a lot of spices to this. A lot of your flavor is going to come from your Italian sausage. We will add a little bit of salt and pepper. You know, we did the garlic already, so we don't need to do that. We've got onion in there, so we don't need to do that. We've got peppers in there, so we've got all that flavor from those vegetables. So, rock and roll, man. You know, a lot of people just add banana peppers to their grinder, but this way you got them in there already and you don't got to mess around with that. All right, this one is ready to go. See, look at all that beautiful font. You get all that off there before it's all over. All right, add a little bit more oil. Do the rest of your sausage. All right, same process here. We're gonna go ahead and cut the video through the magic of time and editing. We'll be back. All right, kids, we're back through the magic of editing and time. All right, we're starting to get a lot of font on there. So what we're going to do is just dip this in there, the water, and it'll boil off, and that boiling will raise up all that font. It'll come right off, and you'll have flavor. Yeah, there you can see actually, totally cleared it up. And all that flavor now is inside there. And this batch of sausage is just about ready. I'm going to let it cook for another moment or two to steam off that water. A little bit of water in there is not a big deal. Like I said, it's all going to cook off, steam off. Okay, this looks good. And now we've just got to brown up our turkey. On the turkey, I'll do the turkey in one batch. It's not quite as pertinent as the sausage on the browning side of things. We've still got some nice font in there, but as you can see, some of it's gone. We'll get some more font off the turkey as we're cooking it. Now again, add a little bit of oil, let it get hot. It'll get nice and shiny and it'll spread out really good. Uh-oh, Track Girl's here. Hey, you. Yeah, I know. I opened it. All right, so let's add the turkey. Just kind of squeeze it out your tube. I get this stuff out early so that it gets to be room temperature, which is good. It'll cook a little easier, a little faster, brown up a little better. All right, that's empty. Take your gem, get it in the garbage. Say hi, Track Girl.
Hello.
So she's here. She's coming over for grinders. The turkey busts up super easy because it's already just ground up. So now at this point is when you want to add your salt and pepper. At least that's when I do it. So we're going to add some pepper. Got to use fresh ground pepper too. It's the only way. And then not a lot of salt, just a bit. And I use sea salt. Now we just got to let this cook up. All right, we're going to pause the video through the magic of time and editing. We'll be back. All right, we're back. We're about halfway through the turkey process. The turkey's kind of liquidy because it's ground up, so you really don't got to worry about releasing the font again. As you can see, it's got some nice liquid coming off of it. That'll mostly steam away. So, all right, we'll be back. Next step will be adding all this back into there and letting it simmer a little bit, and then you're pretty much done other than making the sandwich, which we will get to. All right, stay tuned, kids. All right, we're back through the magic of editing here. The turkey is just about ready. It's nice and ground up, but we're going to give it one more go through with this little meat divider cookie spatula thingamajiggy. Now, like I said, as you can see, there's no font on this. It pulls it all up because of the moisture. So that's good. All right, and at this point, it's nice and ground up. Now we're going to do it a little bit more. Never hurts. Don't want big hunks of meat. You want it to be nice and ground and fine and yummy and mixed good. So now we just go ahead and add this in. Use your spatula. Always get all the flavor, all the stuff. All right. Sorry, just over there taking care of some cleanup. Now you go ahead and mix this. Whoa, baby. This is grinder goodness right here, my kids. Wow, look at that. Meat and veggies. Now I just turn this down now to about low, medium, low. About a third of heat, depending on your range. And just let this kind of cook for a few minutes longer. Let them kind of incorporate, get that turkey flavored up with the grease from the sausage. All right, we're gonna go ahead and stop. Let this cook for about 10-15 minutes and it'll be ready to make sandwiches with. Next step will be sandwiches, metal. Hey kids, we're back. I tried a little sample. We're gonna add some salt to it, which we're gonna do right now. It doesn't need a lot, but a little. And this comes out really slow, so don't think I'm putting in as much as it may appear. Then, of course, you want to mix that in and then cook it for a few more minutes and let that salt kind of permeate your meat. And then test it again. All right, it's looking really good, though. While that's going on, I'm going to get a couple buns ready, out and ready. And I've got my sauce out, and I'm going to grind up, shred up some mozzarella cheese here in a moment. So, we'll be back. Okay, our meat's pretty much ready. We got the salt back in there. I'm going to turn that to off. Now let's prep our buns. Now, you can do the sandwiches up on your broiler, or you can do them in an air fryer. Air fryer is easier, but a broiler works just as good. It just takes a little longer, and you got to heat your whole oven up. So I got to make one for me and Track Girl. I'm going to show you my special method that I learned from Rodney Dangerfield's Back to School movie. Okay, see, I almost used my dirty knife. Let's go wash that. And I went ahead and hand shredded the mozzarella cheese because it's better that way and you don't get wood pulp. But you can use pre-shredded mozz, it works. That wood pulp probably is not going to hurt you none. Alright, now that our knife is clean, Phoebe's hanging out trying to get some food. You don't want to cut these all the way through. Alright, then you just want to slightly split it, run your knife along the top of it, put yourself a nice little crease in there. Same for this one. Be careful when you're cutting it open. Then we go inside there, and you pull this out. And then you can load that area up with meat. And Phoebe gets that. Are you pretty? Are you pretty? Good girl. Alright, same thing for this one. Then you want to get some handy dandy tomato sauce. I made some homemade stuff. It's pretty good. I get a bite of bread. Phoebe gets the rest. Alright, toast your buns. Don't be a savage. The main reason we toast is if you don't, this will just turn to sog and it will be no good. So we throw that on the toaster, get both sides toasted. Here's my mozz, and I've got some pecorino romano regatta. So we put on the mozzarella and then some of the pecorino, then we'll get it in the air fryer. For the air fryer, to make it easier, I like to use a sheet of foil, and then you can just lay it in there and pull it out with the foil. And since your meat's still there, kind of on the heat, you want to kind of stir it around a little bit. These are going to be good, let me tell you. Alright. Once they're both toasted, we'll get them filled up. And they'll be all set. We did try the meat and it's very good. Very good. A little bit of spice to it. It's just right. must be patient as it toasts. And you got to do the other one. But it's no big deal if you think your bun's going to get cold, because you got to put them in the air fryer for about 10 minutes. And look at this beautiful tomato sauce I made. It's really tasty. I will not do a video on how I make my tomato sauce. Sorry, that's kind of a family secret. Alright, it's nearly there. You gotta kind of keep an eye on it so you don't burn your bun. You don't want to have to scrape the black off. Anybody that's cooked knows, if you worked in a kitchen, you've probably done that, and you've probably been served a bun that was slightly dark, but you can just scrape it off. We've all scraped toast before, you know the deal. Alright, that one's ready. Now we'll do this one. While that's happening, I'll go ahead and prep this. Take your sauce, put a nice spoonful on the bottom, and another one on the top. Spread them out. Actually, an extra one on the top don't hurt. Alright. You always want to pre-sauce it. Alright, then you want to go ahead and get your meat. Fill that baby up with however much meat you like. This is up to you. I like to keep it not too full so that you can have your sandwich and all the meat don't fall out. 2 scoops usually does it pretty good. And as you can see, that little reservoir you created there holds that meat really well. Then you spread the rest out. That stuff's hot. Ouch. Alright, that's good. And then put some more of that beautiful sauce on there. Then your mozzarella. And your pecorino. And spread that out nice. And that's ready to go over to the fryer. All right, second one's ready. We're gonna repeat the process. I'm gonna shut the video off. We'll continue when they're out of the air fryer. All right, I got them both in there. I'll set it at about 3 1/4. For about 10 minutes. 10 minutes might be a bit long. You want to keep an eye on them. All right, she's rolling. We'll be back when they're ready. We're almost there. All right, kids, metal sandwiches are ready. Let's take a look. Oh yeah, look at that perfection, goodness, awesomeness. Serve it with the side of your tomato sauce and you're good to go. So thanks everybody for checking out this video. If you have any questions or comments, please comment down below. Let me know. We'll be happy to answer any questions about how you make these and what have you. So, see you later, Slot Cowboys. Race on and have some lunch. Cheers.